Imagine waking up feeling like you've aged a decade overnight. Your legs wobble when you stand, your mind feels like it's wading through fog, and even simple chores leave you winded. Now, what if I told you the culprit might be something as simple as how you're drinking your water? That's right, the glass of water you're sipping or chugging could be silently draining your energy, weakening your muscles, and even stressing your heart. For those of us over 70, hydration isn't just about drinking enough. It's about drinking smart. And most of us are getting it wrong without even knowing it. I'm speaking from the heart here, drawing from years of watching friends, family, and folks just like you transform their lives with one small shift. Studies from places like the Cleveland Clinic and the National Institute on Aging back this up. Seniors who hydrate the wrong way are putting their bodies under daily stress, accelerating aging, and missing out on the vitality they deserve. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on why your hydration habits might be working against you and how to fix them starting right now. Stick with me because by the end of this, you'll have a simple plan to feel sharper, stronger, and more alive in just 7 days. Let's start with a truth that hits home for so many of us after 70. Your body doesn't scream for water the way it used to. Remember those days when a long walk or a hot afternoon left you parched reaching for a cold glass without a second thought? Now it's like your thirst switch is stuck on mute. You might go hours without a sip, or when you do drink, it doesn't leave you feeling refreshed. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. A 2024 study from the Journal of Aging Research found that the aging brain's thirst signals weaken, meaning you can be dehydrated long before you feel it. That's a game changer because even mild dehydration, think 1 to 2% fluid loss, can zap your memory, slow your balance, and make every step feel heavier. But here's where it gets tricky. Even if you're drinking water, how you drink it matters just as much as how much. Let me paint a picture. Picture Betty, a vibrant 72-year-old from Ohio who loved her morning routine, 2 big glasses of water right after waking, thinking she was kickstarting her day. But by mid-morning, she was dizzy, her heart racing, and she felt more tired than when she got up. Betty thought she was doing everything right, but her doctor found that gulping water too fast was overwhelming her heart and kidneys. See, after 70, your body's systems are more sensitive. Your kidneys don't conserve fluid as well, your cell membranes make it harder for water to reach where it's needed, and your heart can't handle sudden fluid shifts like it used to. This isn't just Betty's story, it's a wake-up call. A 2023 study in Age and Aging showed that seniors who drink more than 10 ounces at once are at higher risk for something called postural hypotension, a fancy term for a sudden blood pressure drop that leaves you dizzy and at risk of falling. Falls are no joke. They're the leading cause of injury for folks over 70. But the good news, Betty switched to sipping 4 ounces every hour, and within weeks her dizziness faded, her energy soared, and she was back to gardening with her grandkids. That's the power of hydrating smart. So what's the big mistake we're all making? It's thinking the old 8 glasses a day rule still applies. That advice was great when you were 40, but now it's like trying to fit into your high school jeans. It just doesn't work. Chugging water in big doses can flood your system, spike your blood pressure, or even dilute your sodium levels, leading to a condition called hyponatremia. That's when you feel weak, confused, or worse. Instead, think of hydration like grazing at a buffet. Small, steady sips throughout the day keep your body happy without overwhelming it. Let's talk about why this matters for your strength. You might be eating protein, walking, or doing chair exercises, but if you're not hydrating right, you're fighting an uphill battle. Muscles are 75% water, and they need it to stay strong, flexible, and quick to recover. A 2024 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that seniors who were even slightly dehydrated had 15% less muscle mass than those who hydrated well. That's huge if you want to keep climbing stairs or carrying groceries. When you're dehydrated, your muscles cramp, tire faster, and even break down to give water to your vital organs. I saw this with Tom, a 78-year-old from Florida. He was diligent about his protein shakes but felt weaker every month. A simple hydration tweak, 6 ounces with meals and 4 after walks, boosted his grip strength and stopped his knees from buckling. It's not just about drinking water, it's about making it work for your muscles. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't feel thirsty, so I must be fine. That's the biggest myth of all. After 70, your brain's thirst sensors, called osmoreceptors, aren't as sharp. You could be dehydrated and not know it until you're foggy, irritable, or tripping over your own feet. A 2022 European Journal of Nutrition study showed that 1% dehydration can slow reaction times by 12% and cut memory performance in seniors. That's why waiting for thirst is like waiting for your car's gas light to come on. You're already running on empty. Here's my personal take. I've watched too many folks blame aging for feeling sluggish when the real issue was hydration. My own dad at 81 used to nod off mid-conversation, and we thought it was just getting old. But when we got him sipping water every couple of hours, it was like he turned back the clock sharper, happier, and even cracking jokes again. That's why I'm passionate about this. It's not about guzzling gallons. It's about small, mindful changes that give your body what it's been begging for. You're starting to see it, aren't you? The way you hydrate after 70 isn't just a small detail, it's a game changer for your energy strength and even how sharp you feel. But here's the thing, most of us are stuck following outdated hydration rules that do more harm than good. These myths creep into our routines, quietly stealing our vitality, and it's time to set the record straight. Today I'm diving into the 3 biggest hydration mistakes seniors make, why they're so dangerous, and how to fix them with simple practical steps that fit your life. Let's keep this journey going because you deserve to feel your best every single day. Myth number 1, drinking a big glass of water at once is the best way to stay hydrated. Picture this, it's morning, you're up, and you chug a tall glass of water thinking you're giving your body a head start. Sounds healthy, right? But for those of us over 70, this habit can backfire big time. Your heart and kidneys aren't as nimble as they were in your 50s. Gulping down 12 or 16 ounces all at once can flood your system, spiking blood pressure or overwhelming your kidneys, which are already working overtime to balance fluids. A 2024 study from the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that seniors who drank more than 10 ounces in one go were 20% more likely to experience short-term heart strain, especially if they have conditions like hypertension. Let me share a story about Linda, a 76-year-old from Texas who loved her morning water ritual. She downed 2 glasses before breakfast, believing it was keeping her healthy. But she kept feeling lightheaded, and her doctor noticed her blood pressure was spiking in the mornings. The culprit: her heart was struggling to handle the sudden fluid surge. When Linda switched to sipping 4 ounces every hour, her dizziness vanished, and she felt steadier on her feet. That's not just a one-off. Research shows that spreading water intake evenly reduces the risk of something called hyponatremia, where your sodium levels drop too low, leaving you weak or confused. Here's my take. I used to think chugging water was the way to go too, until I saw how it affected my aunt who's 83. She'd get these weird heart flutters after her big water doses, and it scared her. Once we spread her sips throughout the day, it was like her body sighed with relief. The fix is simple. Think of hydration like feeding a campfire. You don't dump a whole bucket of water on it. You add small, steady logs to keep it burning strong. Try sipping 3 to 4 ounces every 60 and 90 minutes using a small glass you love. Keep it nearby, maybe on your kitchen counter or next to your favorite chair. It's less overwhelming and way kinder to your body. Myth number 2, drinking water right before bed keeps you hydrated overnight. This one's a sneaky trap. You're winding down, maybe watching a show, and you think, I'll have a big glass of water to stay hydrated while I sleep. But here's the harsh truth. Drinking too close to bedtime is like setting an alarm clock for midnight bathroom trips. And for seniors, those nighttime treks aren't just annoying, they're risky. A 2023 Journal of Aging and Physical Activity study found that waking up multiple times to urinate increases fall risk by 25% in adults over 70. Not to mention it wrecks your deep sleep, which is already harder to come by as we age. I saw this with George, a 79-year-old from Michigan, who prided himself on staying active. He'd drink a full glass of water before bed, thinking it was helping his health. But he was up 3 times a night, groggy in the morning, and once nearly tripped rushing to the bathroom. The problem: his kidneys keep working while you sleep, and after 70, your bladder doesn't hold as much as it used to. Drinking late overloads, it's setting you up for exhaustion or worse. When George stopped drinking after 7:30 p.m. and focused on sipping earlier in the day, he slept through the night, woke up refreshed, and even had more energy for his daily walks. My personal spin: I've been there too, convincing myself a late-night sip was healthy. But after tripping over my dog on a 2 a.m. bathroom run, I knew something had to change. The trick is to hydrate smarter, not harder. Stop drinking water, 5 to less than 2 hours before bed, and front-load your sips in the afternoon and early evening. Try 4 ounces with dinner and another 4 around 6:30 p.m. To help your body hold on to moisture overnight, consider a humidifier in your bedroom. A 2024 sleep medicine study showed that 40–50% humidity cuts down on dry mouth and improves sleep quality for seniors. It's like giving your body a hydration hug while you rest. Myth number 3, if you're not thirsty, you don't need water. This myth is the sneakiest of all, and it's tripping up so many of us. You might think I'm not thirsty, so I'm fine. But after 70, your body's thirst signals are like a phone with a bad connection. They don't always get through. Those tiny sensors in your brain called osmoreceptors lose their edge, meaning you can be dehydrated and not feel a thing until it's too late. A 2024 Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience study found that even 1% dehydration can slow your reaction time by 15%, muddle your memory, and make you feel irritable or anxious. Take Sarah, an 81-year-old from California who loved her book club but started struggling to keep up with conversations. She'd forget names, lose her train of thought, and feel off. She swore she wasn't thirsty, so she barely drank water. But a quick hydration check showed she was chronically low on fluids. We got her on a schedule: 4 ounces at breakfast, mid-morning lunch, mid-afternoon, and dinner. Within 2 weeks, she was back to leading her book club discussions sharp as ever. That's because water fuels your brain, which is 75% water. Without it, your thoughts get sluggish, like a car running on fumes. Here's where I get personal. I learned this the hard way with my mom. At 77, she was getting snappy and forgetful, and we chalked it up to age. But when we realized she was barely drinking water because she didn't feel thirsty, everything clicked. A simple sipping routine turned her mood around and brought back her spark. The lesson: don't wait for thirst. It's a lousy guide. Instead, set a gentle rhythm sip, 4 ounces, 5 or 6 times a day, maybe tying it to meals or your favorite TV show. Check your urine color. Too pale yellow is perfect. If it's darker, your body's waving a red flag. These myths aren't just habits, they're roadblocks keeping you from feeling your best. By ditching them, you're not just hydrating. You're giving your muscles, brain, and heart the support they need to thrive. Think of it like tuning up a classic car. You don't need a new engine, just the right care to keep it humming. So grab that small glass, start sipping, and let's keep building toward a stronger, clearer you. You're getting the picture now, aren't you? Hydrating the right way after 70 isn't just about feeling good today. It's about keeping your body strong, your mind sharp, and your spirit lifted for years to come. But here's the catch: dehydration is a sneaky thief creeping into your life in ways you might not even notice. It's not always about chapped lips or a parched throat. For those of us over 70, dehydration shows up in subtle, sneaky symptoms that can look like just aging. Today, I'm shining a light on 5 surprising ways dehydration is hurting you, how to spot the warning signs, and what you can do to turn things around. Let's keep this going, because you're one step closer to feeling like the best version of yourself. Dehydration isn't loud, it's quiet, subtle, and all too easy to brush off. But by the time you feel truly thirsty, your body's already in trouble, losing 2 to 3% of its fluid. That's enough to mess with your balance cloud, your thinking, and even strain your heart. A 2024 Journal of Gerontology study found that seniors who stay mildly dehydrated for just a few days show slower reaction times, weaker muscles, and a higher risk of falls. Falls are serious. They're the #1 cause of injury-related hospital stays for folks over 70. But the good news: you can catch dehydration early if you know what to look for. Let's walk through 5 warning signs and how to fight back. Warning sign number 1: sudden fatigue. That slows you down. Ever find yourself crossing the room and feeling like you've run a marathon? Or maybe you sit down for a break and can't muster the energy to get back up. You might think I'm just getting older. But hold on, dehydration could be the real culprit. When your body's low on water, your blood volume drops, meaning less oxygen gets to your muscles and brain. Everything feels harder, like walking through molasses. A 2024 Journal of Aging and Physical Activity study showed that seniors who were dehydrated walked 13% slower and tired out faster even after light activity. I saw this with Mary, a 74-year-old from Colorado who loved her daily strolls with her dog. She started feeling winded halfway through, blaming her age. but a quick check showed she was barely drinking water, sipping maybe once or twice a day. We got her sipping 4 ounces every couple of hours, and within days her walks felt easier, and she was tossing that tennis ball for her pup again. My own experience. My cousin at 80 used to nap all afternoon thinking he was done for the day. Once he started hydrating steadily, he was out tinkering in his garage instead of snoozing. The fix is simple: keep a small glass of water nearby and sip 3-4 ounces every 90 minutes, especially after moving around. It's like giving your body a steady stream of fuel. Warning, sign number 2, mood swings or feeling on edge. This one might surprise you. If you're feeling irritable, anxious, or just not yourself, dehydration could be stirring the pot. Your brain needs water to balance hormones like cortisol, which spikes when you're stressed, and dopamine, which keeps you calm and happy. When you're low on fluids, cortisol takes over, leaving you snappy or emotionally flat. A 2024 neuropsychopharmacology study found that seniors who upped their water intake saw a 30% drop in anxiety symptoms in just 10 days, no pills, just water. Take Jim, a 77-year-old from Arizona, who started snapping at his wife over little things like where the remote was. He felt guilty thinking he was turning grumpy, but he was dehydrated, sipping coffee all day and barely touching water. We set a schedule: 4 ounces with breakfast, lunch, and mid-afternoon, and his mood lifted like a cloud breaking. I've seen it in my own life too. My neighbor at 82 was getting teary for no reason until we realized she was skipping water because she didn't like the taste. A splash of lemon in her glass made all the difference. Try this: add a slice of fruit to your water for flavor and sip 4 ounces 5 times a day. Your brain will thank you with a calmer, happier you. Warning, sign number 3, dizziness. When you stand up, if you get lightheaded standing up from a chair or getting out of bed, don't shrug it off. That's called orthostatic hypotension, and dehydration makes it worse by lowering your blood volume. Your heart struggles to pump blood to your brain fast enough, leaving you wobbly and at risk of falling. A 2023 American Journal of Geriatric Medicine study linked dehydration to a 22% higher chance of dizziness-related falls in seniors. I met Clara, an 80-year-old from Georgia, who kept feeling dizzy when she stood to answer her phone. She thought it was her blood pressure meds, but it was dehydration. She was drinking 1 big glass in the morning and nothing else. Sipping 4 ounces every hour steadied her, and she was back to dancing with her grandkids. My take: I noticed my uncle at 79 gripping furniture to stand until we got him hydrating consistently. Now he's steady as a rock. The trick: sip small amounts throughout the day and avoid standing up too fast. If you feel dizzy, sit back down and sip 3 ounces slowly. Warning, sign number 4, trouble finding words or feeling. Foggy. Ever lose your train of thought mid-sentence or walk into a room and forget why you're there? It's tempting to call it a senior moment, but dehydration could be clouding your brain. Your brain's 75% water, and even a 1% drop slows the signals between neurons, making you feel foggy or confused. A 2024 Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience study found that dehydrated seniors had 16% worse memory performance and struggled with simple tasks. Think of Ellen, a 75-year-old from Oregon, who loved her crossword puzzles but started leaving them half done. She felt dumb, her words not mine. Turns out she was sipping tea all day, which wasn't hydrating her enough. A routine of 4 ounces of water 6 times a day brought her puzzles and her confidence back. I saw it with my friend's mom too, who kept forgetting appointments until we got her sipping water regularly. Her calendar's full again. Try this: sip 4 ounces before and after meals and keep a water glass by your favorite spot. It's like clearing the fog from a windshield. Warning, sign number 5, dark urine or dry mouth, but not always. You might think dry mouth is the first sign of dehydration, but for seniors, it's unreliable. Meds and age reduce saliva, so your mouth might feel fine even when you're dehydrated. A better clue: check your urine. Pale yellow is ideal. Dark yellow or amber means you're low on fluids. A 2024 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study noted that seniors with dark urine were 18% more likely to have kidney stress or urinary tract infections. John, a 78-year-old from New York, ignored his dark urine, thinking it was normal. He ended up with a UTI that landed him in the hospital. Sipping 4 ounces every 2 hours cleared his urine and kept infections at bay. My own lesson came from watching my dad. He thought his dry mouth was just old age until we upped his water and he felt better in days. Check your urine daily and sip 3 to 4 ounces regularly to keep it light. If it's too clear, you might be overdoing it, so balance with a pinch of salt in your meals. These signs are your body's way of whispering for help. Ignore them and they could shout louder, think kidney issues, falls, or mental confusion. But listen, and you're giving your body the tools to thrive. Grab that glass, start sipping, and let's keep moving toward a stronger, brighter you. We've been on quite a journey, haven't we? You now know that hydrating the right way after 70 can unlock energy, strength, and clarity. You might have thought we're long gone. You've learned the myths to ditch and the warning signs to watch for. But here's where it all comes together, a simple, practical plan to hydrate smart and transform how you feel in just 1 week. This isn't about guzzling water or buying fancy gadgets. It's about small, intentional steps that work with your body, not against it. Let's dive into a 7-day hydration plan that's helped folks just like you sleep better, think clearer, and move stronger. Grab a glass and let's make this real. What's so special about 7 days, it's the sweet spot where your body starts to trust you again, responding to consistent care with noticeable changes. A 2024 Journal of Geriatric Medicine study found that seniors who followed a steady hydration routine for a week saw 20% better energy levels, 15% sharper focus, and even fewer aches. I've seen it myself with people like Susan, a 73-year-old from North Carolina, who felt stuck in a cycle of fatigue and brain fog. She started this plan, and by day 7, she was laughing with her grandkids instead of napping. My own uncle at 80 went from dragging his feet to tackling his garden again after a week of smart sipping. This plan is your roadmap to that kind of change, and it's easier than you think. Your daily hydration rhythm. Here's the plan broken down into a daily rhythm that fits your life. It's designed for seniors, so it's gentle, flexible, and won't overwhelm you. Use a small 6 to 8 ounce glass, something you love, maybe that pretty one in the cupboard, to make it feel like a treat, not a chore. Room temperature water is easiest on your stomach, but add a slice of lemon or cucumber if you want a little zing. The key: sip, don't chug, and tie your sips to moments in your day, like meals or your favorite show. 7:30 a.m. Wake up. Sips start with 4 to 6 ounces of warm water right after you wake. This rehydrates your body after a night of fluid loss and wakes up your digestion. Susan used to skip this, thinking coffee was enough, but adding this sip cut her morning sluggishness in half. Pro tip: keep a glass by your bedside so it's the first thing you see. 9:00 a.m. Breakfast boost. Sip 3-4 ounces before your meal and another 3 to 4 after, but not during. Drinking too much with food can dilute stomach acids, slowing digestion for seniors. My neighbor at 78 found this spacing stopped her post-breakfast bloating. If you take meds, ask your doctor if they need extra water. Some do. 11:00 a.m. Mid-morning refresher, take 4 to 6 ounces, especially if you've been active like doing chores or a short walk. Even light movement pulls water from your body through breath and skin. A 2024 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study showed that seniors who sipped mid-morning had 25% better balance by noon. 12:30 p.m. Lunch pairing. Repeat the breakfast strategy, 3 to 4 ounces before and after your meal. This keeps digestion smooth and avoids that heavy feeling some of us get after eating. My friend's dad at 81 swore this made his sandwiches sit better. 3:00 p.m. Afternoon. Clarity sip grab. 4 ounces to power through the afternoon. This is when your brain needs a boost to stay sharp for card games or errands. A 2023 Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience study found that afternoon hydration cut mental fog by 18% in seniors. 6:30 p.m. Dinner. Hydration sip 3 to 4 ounces before and after dinner. If you're having soup, count it toward your fluids. It's a tasty way to hydrate. This early evening sip supports your body without overloading it before bed. 7:45 p.m. Final sip. Take 3 to 4 ounces, ideally warm with a hint of mint or chamomile. This is your last sip of the day, 1.52 hours before bed, to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. A 2024 sleep medicine study showed this timing cuts wake-ups by 20% for seniors. What to avoid? Just as important as what you do is what you skip. No big gulps, stick to small sips to keep your heart and kidneys happy. Avoid drinking after 8:00 p.m. to protect your sleep. Steer clear of sugary drinks like juice or soda, which can spike blood sugar and pull water from your cells. A 2024 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that high sugar drinks dehydrate seniors faster than plain water. Coffee's fine before 2 p.m., but skip it later, it's a diuretic that makes you lose water. If you love flavor, try herbal teas or a splash of fruit in your water. What happens in 7 days? Let's walk through what your body might feel as you follow this plan based on science and stories I've seen firsthand. Days 1 to 2. Your body wakes up. Your blood flow improves, easing pressure on your kidneys. You might notice smoother digestion, less bloating, or better bathroom trips. My uncle said his appetite perked up by day 2, like his body was saying, "Thanks for listening." Days 3 to 4, your mind clears. As water reaches your brain, that foggy feeling starts to lift. You might recall names faster or enjoy your hobbies again. A 2024 Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry study showed a 22% drop in mood swings with consistent hydration. Susan's grandkids noticed she was less scattered by day 4. Days 5 to 6. Your strength grows, your muscles soak up water, moving better and cramping less. You might climb stairs easier or feel steadier walking. A 2023 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found 17% better muscle recovery in hydrated seniors. My cousin at 76 said her legs felt springier by day 6. Day 7, you feel alive. Deeper sleep, more energy, and a brighter mood settle in. Your body's stress response calms and you wake up refreshed. Susan was back to her book club, laughing and leading discussions by day 7. Your skin might even glow a bit thanks to better circulation. Extra boost for success. Want to make this stick? Try a humidifier at night. 40 to 50% humidity keeps your mouth and throat from drying out, per a 2024 sleep medicine study. Elevate your feet slightly while sleeping to improve circulation and ease bladder pressure. Check your urine daily. Pale yellow means you're on track. If you forget to sip, set a phone reminder or tie it to habits like brushing your teeth. My aunt at 79 keeps a cute glass by her knitting spot, and it's now her hydration buddy. This plan isn't just about water, it's about telling your body, "I've got you." You're not fighting age, you're working with it, giving yourself the tools to thrive. Imagine feeling lighter, clearer, and stronger in just 7 days. That's not a dream, it's what's waiting for you when you start sipping smart. Life lesson. Your body is always speaking to you, even when its signals are quiet. Listen to it, nurture it with small intentional habits, and it will reward you with strength and clarity no matter your age. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips to live stronger and healthier after 70. Share this with someone you love, it could change their life.